Hey everyone, it's Megan with the CraftyPlannerLovR here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be setting up my B6 reading planner for the month of March using a variety of different stickers and things for this month. And I know I've said this in a couple of my other videos, but I wanted to let you guys know most of these videos are filmed ahead of time, and this one is in no exception. I am in a room where it is echoey and kind of weird lighting because I'm still in the process of moving. So if you hear like a weird echo, that's why. I'm trying to fix it when I edit the videos, but just in case it sounds different than most of my other content, that's why. Also, if I sound congested, it's because I am. Florida weather has been changing. It's been going from hot to cold to hot to cold, and my sinuses can't help it. So many apologies if I sound weird. It's because I can't breathe. Anyways, enough with the disclaimers. Let's go into what we are doing for this month. So for our main deco for our March reading, we have the vintage bookstore deco from Designs by Mel. I specifically wanted it for this month because I knew that this month was going to be all about reading. So far, I have only been doing one book, but you know, hopefully that'll change. I have a couple of die cut stickers that I had from Temu. These are just some that I thought went well with the vintage book deco. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these, but we have them just in case. And then I also have this deco from Sweet Nana Shop. This is one that I've had in one of my other planners before, and I thought this one would just be cute to use to decorate the pocket. And also I have these two to decorate the pocket. This is actually from SerilynArt. This is one of her stickers from one of her spring packs. As you can see, there's a little bit there, and you'll see what I'm going to do with this in a second, and like you won't see this part, but I thought that this kind of went well with the theme. It's kind of Marchy, so you know, we'll try it. And then because there are like pink tones, I also have this paper clip. I do have a paper clip that's currently in my planner that I use for the month of February, which we might use instead, but I have this one as a backup just in case. And then for the actual background of the planner, I was going to get something specific to the month, like as far as books go, but I didn't have time to get it, so this is what we're using. If you recognize it, this is actually the sticker that I used when I was setting up my planner for the month, and I was putting this in here for my Hobonichi cousin. But I decided that I thought it would be better in my planner. This is actually a vellum from the Enchanted Stars collection from SerilynArt. So you can get it on her shop, and I will show you what it looks like so you can see kind of the background. It's a little curled up at the moment, but we will fix that. This is what it looks like. I did cut it down to the B6 size so it would fit straight in the planner, but that is everything that we have. If you want to save some money off of your order, I do have discount codes for SerilynArt and Designs by Mel. I will leave their information in the description box below so you guys can check them out and shop along and see what kind of stuff they have to offer. Hopefully by April I will have a fun dashboard for March, not for March, for April in my planner, because I will show you what I mean when I say dashboards in just a second. So when I said dashboards for my planners, this is what I meant. This is my January reading dashboard. I used SerilynArt book themed dashboard here, and then this is Designs by Mel. This is my reading for January, and then you go into all of the books that I did. This is still empty at the time of me filming because I have not had a chance to film a book theme for Onyx Storm, but I will, because I read the book in January, so it will be going in here. I just haven't had time to do that yet. And then we go into February, which I'm going to take this out so I can show you what it looks like without that. This is February, again, Designs by Mel Deco, and then SerilynArt dashboard. So what I wanted to do was have a SerilynArt dashboard for reading themed around like March, springtime, maybe St. Patrick's Day, but I just didn't get the PR package in time, and I also didn't ask for the PR package in time. That's my fault. I'm moving, so I didn't really have, that was not a priority on my list, and Susan knows that. But we are still going to be using a SerilynArt dashboard and a Designs by Mel reading. That's my goal, is to do that every month, but we will honestly see. I'm actually going to set that up and talk about this stuff in a second, but I wanted to start with the pockets so that you guys could see what I mean when I was talking about decorating the pockets. So right now I have this journaling card from Sprinkled to Bits. It's double-sided and it's cute, but I wanted something more springy. So I think I'm just honestly going to stick this right here and have that as the cover picture for my SerilynArt, or sorry, my reading journal, because it's like book themed, you know, and I actually do kind of like this, so I think I might keep it there. And then for this Hello Winter sticker, I believe this one came from, it may be Designs by Mel, but it also might be Hello Happiness Co. I've had this for a little bit. It actually also might be Growing Modestly, I'm not sure, but I was thinking of putting Poe doing his little journaling in here because I feel like that's really cute. And then maybe one of these stickers as well. Honestly, I really do like that idea. Let's do it. Maybe just like right there. Do I want this one here? Kind of thinking not. Maybe we could move Nana reading over just a little bit, if the bookmark will go. Maybe we can't. There we go. And then we could put this right here. I feel like that's not good enough. Okay, so what if we did this? Right? Like that, and then the glasses up there. Oh, I actually kind of like that better. What do you guys think? I'm going for it. And the good thing is that I can reuse these stickers because they aren't like, this backing isn't like permanent or anything, so I can just peel them off, put them in my reusable sticker book, and not have to worry about any of the specifics as far as like, oh no, I'm gonna ruin the sticker because it looks like it's, you know, it's fine. This one held up, this one's good. Okay, I really like how this looks. I think this is super fun for the month. I think we're gonna keep it like that, and we're actually not gonna use this bookmark because, I don't know. Okay, so let's go into the actual planner. If you guys remember, this is my Galleria Designs & Co. reading planner. This is what I use. So I have all of my trackers here. I haven't filled out this bookshelf yet, but I will after I'm done with this video. And then my book wish list, which I do need to fill out because I do have them all on Goodreads on my phone, so I can have that for easy access for, you know, what I want to read. Then we have the monthly reading challenge, which I guess my reading challenge for the month of January was Onyx Storm, and the month of February was A Court of Silver Flames, so I'm going to have to fill those out, just not right now. And obviously I'll have to fill these out as well. Then we go into the trackers, and as you can see, we have our trackers filled out here for the books that I have read. And then I don't have anything in my two DNRs. And then we have the monthly trackers, which is like my monthly reading. So as you can see here in January, it'll focus, I use this as a tracker for if I read or not. And then these are the books that I read in the month. I still haven't finished A Library of Borrowed Hearts. I'm like 50% through with it, but it's one of those books that I kind of just had for funsies. It wasn't really necessary for me to read. I mean, none of the books that I read are necessary, but I really wanted to finish Onyx Storm, so when I started reading Onyx Storm, that was the only priority. That was the book I was starting to read in January, and then I hit a book slump, you guys. I really did. I was so sad, and like, I wasn't like depressed, by the outcome of the book, because I kind of expected that to happen. And if you've read Onyx Storm, you know what I'm talking about. But I was kind of like, I don't even feel like I want to read anymore. I'm just upset. So the only books that I started, and I said I started on the 31st, I read like 2 pages of A Court of Silver Flames. And then I just kind of stopped. And that's why you can see that I finished it on March 8th, which is actually the day I'm filming this video. So I finished it on March 8th, and I put this in here for February because I finished it pretty much during the month of February. That's the only book that I read. So I'm going to have the review for A Court of Silver Flames in my February section, even though I finished it in March, just because I don't want to be depressed. And then there's the rest of my reading, and I'm doing the exact same thing that I've done in the previous months, where we have the reading overview and then the book reviews over here. So any book reviews that I have are going to be here. So the reason why this side is blank and it's not decorated is because this is where I'm going to do the deco for Onyx Storm, and this is where I'm going to do the review. And if you are confused by what I mean by deco and review, just check out my reading planner playlist, which will be linked at the end of this video, so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because I did have a reading planner for 2024, which you guys have been seeing videos on, because I'm finishing them up in that planner, because I want to start doing stuff in this one. And then on the back of this page, because I know that there's no other books that I read in February or in January, this is my January intro. Same thing with February. There's only one book that I read in February, so this is going to be the book review, and we're going to put my March dashboard right here. And then for March, I'm not going to go ahead and like put the book reviews in until it's time. For March, the only book that I've read so far is Heir of Fire. I actually had to go back and reread like the last 4 chapters of Crown of Midnight, because while I remember the most important thing that happened in Crown of Midnight, which is book number 2 in the Throne of Glass series, I didn't remember everything that happened. And when I was reading the beginning part of Heir of Fire, I was like, what in the world is this? Who is this? Who is that person? Why is he mad? What's happening? So I had to go back and reread it. So that's why, you know, the first few days of March, I haven't really done anything because I was just catching up. So I'm going to put the book reviews in the back, and then we will do exactly what we've been doing for the previous months and kind of go from there. So now we have all of that squared away. It is time to actually start decorating the planner. I know we're like 13, 14 minutes into this and I haven't done anything, but I promise I will. So first thing I need to do is glue this on here. I don't have any sort of adhesive that's like adhesive tape, so we're going to use good old Elmer's glue and hope that works. Alright, so I have attached this page on with some good old Elmer's glue. I'm going to set this page aside and set it on something heavy so that it will stick, and if not, no fear, I've got Scotch tape just in case, so I can seal it down until I get to my new place and can actually adhere it properly. So, I'll be right back. Full disclosure, I don't even know if putting it on something heavy even worked, but we'll see. So, let's go ahead and begin with decorating this page and kind of figuring out how I want to lay it out. I've got this washi tape. It's like script washi tape that I got from Temu. You guys are probably familiar with this washi because I have used it previously, but kind of estimating how I want to do this. So I think we are just going to tear. I definitely want this part covered like that, because I want to actually write how many books I read in March, because I'm really hoping to read more than 2. So that's our goal, is to read at least more than 2 books. And then we're gonna put, how about we put this here, because I do want full use of this. I won't need this section here, just the title, author, start and end. I don't know if I'm gonna need this section either. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, now let's have the deco. So I definitely am not gonna need the notes section. So we will go ahead and cover that right up. Let's use the bookshelf. I could put it like right here, because it does cover up where it says book log, but I know what book log is. Like, I know what I'm doing for the books, so it's not like important, you know? Let's see, and I have like plenty of stickers that I can use for another spread too, so I'm not really concerned. Let's use this book stack, and we're gonna put it right there. That's cute. And then I'm thinking maybe this piece and this piece. So we could put the bookmark like that, just to be like, I'm not using that section. And then the pen can go right there. I feel like I could add one more thing. What do you guys think? I don't want to overwhelm it, but I also want it to be cute. I think I want to take this guy and we are going to do this. I feel like this is good. I know this video is like random and short, but I do like how this looks. I think this looks cute. Okay, that's really fun. I do really like how this looks. I think it's super, super like inviting and cute. I'm happy with how this turned out, and I am very excited to start doing more reading, because Lord knows that there are only a few different things that you can do to escape in this world right now, and reading has become my safe haven. So that is what I've been doing. That is what I've been enjoying recently. I'm really liking the Throne of Glass series. I'm really sad that I finished the Akatar series, but I can always reread it. Probably not going to for a little bit, but I could, because there's so many other books that I want to read. Like, I have the rest of the Throne of Glass series, which I'm only on, what, book like 3 of 10. There's so many. And then I want to reread the Percy Jackson series, because I only read like the first one. Then I also want to read the Hello series by Kelsey Haas, which I'm listening to on audiobook. Audiobook is okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does help when I'm like catching up on my planners for the week or something like that. That's when I start reading them, because I don't really need to listen to it. It's very, very smutty, so I don't know. The Villains series, which are the series that is written by Serena Valentino. That's a really good series that I want to read. We also have the Legendborn cycle, which I want to read. The Shades of Magic trilogy or book series I want to read. The Mind Games series. I'm trying to think of some other ones. As I'm reading these, by the way, I'm keeping in mind that I want to put them in my to be read list. I want to read the Unearthly series, which I think there's only 3 right now. Those look very interesting to me. The Quicksilver book I really want to read, because that one is apparently super, like, everyone's loving that one, so I want to read that one. Obviously I want to finish the Bridgerton's books, because those ones are really good. And then I want to read the Game of Thrones books, because those look really interesting as well, and everybody in my family has read them except for me, and it makes me sad. I want to read them. So that is pretty much so far the books that I want to read. I also haven't read the Aragon series, which it's called the Inheritance cycle, if you didn't know. But I want to read that series, because I've only read the first, I think, 2 books when I was in high school, and I don't remember much of them, and I actually really liked the movie. A lot of people didn't. I mean, I didn't love it. It wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't terrible. So I would like to reread the first book and the second book and then start that series up again. So I've got a lot of books that I want to read, lots of time, lots of things that I need to do. So hopefully March and definitely April, and especially during the summer, because your girl might not have to work over the summer because now I'm going to be a substitute. So I'm going to be getting into a lot of reading. So just prepare yourselves. The summer is going to be crazy. Sorry for my chit chat and jibber jabber while I was telling you about my only books, but I like to know what kind of books people are into, and if that gives you any indication of what kind of books I like to read, I like to escape. And I don't like nonfiction. I will read a couple of nonfiction. I do have some on my Goodreads, which follow me on Goodreads. If you haven't, I will leave it in the description box. So you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm into by looking at my reading list and checking out what I'm into. But enough chit chat. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was inspiring to see how I'm using this. I promise I will be starting to show you guys how I'm using this tracker and the reading trackers a bit more when it comes time for me to finally get used to or to get into my book reviews for this. But until then, keep looking up on my channel for more book reviews and more things. I'm going to be doing a lot more interesting stuff with this planner, so I'm very excited about it. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box for different playlists related to the different categories of crafting that I share, as well as my Goodreads. And also the links and information for Designs by Mel and SerilynArt, so you guys can follow them and check them out if you're interested in purchasing anything from them. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, read on. Bye, guys.